Welcome. Today we want to look at how we can export part of the workbook for external data entry, and this will be done carried out as Psychomotor. That's the only place that will make provision for it. So let's get started.
We are in. Now the first thing is introduce us to this environment. Nothing changes. The way we select class, we select theme and session. Okay. We have modified this view a bit. We have moved the keys from the middle to somewhere towards the edge to get ready for this new addition. Now first thing is we have two additional buttons. This button will generate data for external data entry. This one will import back the data after external entry. So now we are going to look at how that is being done. The first thing is when you come to this page, you select a class. Let's say we are still want to work with basic 5. We select basic 5, allow it to populate. Okay, after it has populated, we can now at this point, the same way we would have entered this. We are not going to do this, but we are not going to enter is we are preparing the sheet for external data entry, which thereafter I'm going to enter it with my phone. Now the next step is for you to generate this data for external data entry. So I'm going to click on it. We are generating the data. It's asking us if this file exists in that location. Should we continue? Do you want to replace it? Yes, of course. Always click on yes, because it's going to replace it. Okay. Now we are waiting for it. It's preparing the page. Okay, data generating successfully. This is the location. This location corresponds with this location here. The same location. Okay, so we click on OK. The location, this is the file name. What is the location? Is in our desktop senior dossier 2021-2022 updates. Okay. Now the name is basic 5.theme. This is the name. Okay. So now, what do we do next? We are done with it. So let's look at the file where it is and look at the component of the file. Now this is the file here. Okay. I'm going to open it up. Okay, this it is. We can everything as it is. It's locked. You can't change the class. You can't change even the name. We have the one for Psychomotor. We have for comment. This is comment where you also enter student comment. You can edit most of these things. You enter these in schools for master's comment. The teacher will enter these and these. The same time will enter this. The same setup of restriction. For example, if you put 9 where the maximum is 5. Is going to flag off as it is, the same format, the same everything. So this is only a 2-page without macro, without any code in it, just a normal Excel sheet that enables you to enter and then compute. You can send this to the teacher and the teacher will enter it remotely using his own system. After I will send back to you, we're going to see how we can reintegrate it into the system later on. So let us use phone for example and enter this data. So I'm going to pause and then send it to my phone. Now my phone is connected. So I'm going to send it to this same folder. So I'm going to copy it. Where's my phone? This folder. And then I'm going to paste it. Okay. Now is there in my phone. This is the folder in my phone. So the next is going to be from my phone, where you see how I've entered the result from the phone, using the phone. The same thing can be done using tablet.
As you can see, this is the phone version, and we are using Office, one of the applications that is free online. You can see it. We are opening it in phone. As you can see, we are scrolling it. You see that is the Psychomotor, that is a comment where you can enter this in school, fun master's comment, and so on. Now let's see. I've started entering the result. Now we still put at the highlight. I'm entering the Psychomotor now. The left hand side is the full view of the phone, while the right hand side of the screen shows the zoom in parts that amplify our view so that we can see better. We are entering it one by one, and we are still entering the student Psychomotor. While it looks as if it's a bit fast, we are trying to fast forward it to speed it up because of time. When you are entering it for your school, you have to take time to make sure the values you are putting are true. We are just assuming these values that we are entering this is just for demonstration purpose. You take time, your teachers will take time and impute it and make sure the students are not denied their right, and the areas that they are not doing well, they also take note of. Is a wonderful thing. I've been wanting to see how this can be done. Very soon we are through. We are almost done with this thing. We are going to comment now. Yes, we are in comment. We are putting number of days each student attends school for the term. Now we are through with that as well. We are entering comment. You have to take time to impute the comment and read through it for grammatical error and spelling errors. As you can see, some of those errors, some of those comments entered, like the last one, has some error. Though this is still for demonstration purpose to see how you can use this system and then integrate it, use it with phone, and then integrate it back into the system. This interesting part. Yeah, we are done here. Now let's go back. Let's save and then take it, put it back to the system, and then see how we can import it back into the main software. Thank you.
Welcome back. Now we are going to look at what are we going to do now that we have entered from our phone. We have seen how it works, how we entered from the phone, the Psychomotor, the comment, the number of days we open Windows 3, the data for the student of Basic 5. We want to see how can we reintegrate it back into the system. It's just in one way. Remember, we click 2 buttons and the thing was extracted. Now we are going to click 1 button, follow the message prompt, and everything will be done. Now, before now, I'm going to explain phone, bring it back from my phone. So I'm going to connect my phone. It's back. Now, phone is connected. Okay, look at it here at this up. So this is the place. Now is Basic 5 days. So I'm going to copying it. Okay. Now what am I going to do? I'm going back to this. Now when I come here, I'm going to replace it with this one because I don't need this one again. I'm going to paste it. It will ask me to replace. Yes, I want to replace it. Now this one have the data in it. Let's quickly open and check what is happening so that we are sure of the data we are putting in. Okay, so it's opening now. This is the data. This is the data we brought in. We've entered. You've seen it. This is how it is. We deliberately left this one 8 like this. And when you come to the comment, these are the comments. And the number of days each student attended school for the term. Okay. So now this is the data. So we are going to close this for now. Okay. Don't save. Okay. We are not saving changes. Okay. Let's go back to Psychomotor and see how we can bring it in. Now as it is now, we're already in Basic 5, so you don't need to select it again. If you are bringing it different class, you can reselect. We are already in 10, 2020, so everything are entered. So let's import the data. 10 data imported successfully. Okay. Alright. It's in. Isn't this wonderful? These are the data that are all in. We saw it before. If you check, it's only one book that is open. So this one, if we try to save it, we can't save it as it is. Incorrect entry because of this one that I highlighted. So we're going to reduce it by 5 and then try to save again. Okay, it's telling us it's a review. No problem, we save it whether review or not. We save it, this thing to replace. Okay, update successfully. Now we are good to go. If we reselect the Basic 5 again, we are going to see the data. Okay. We are true for Basic 5. These are the data. So we are true for Basic 5. So all we need to do is to save it. And then that is how you do. And import all for all the classes. Select the class. It will automatically, once you put the file in the correct location. Once you put the file in the correct location and the file carries the start name, this file exists because of Basic 5. If we change to Basic 6, for instance, the file name changes. So if this file name does not exist, it's going to prompt a message that the file doesn't exist. Make sure you move it to this location. You understand? That is how it works. Of course, we don't have students for Basic 6 for this school. Finland Scholar School, we don't have students for Basic 6. So that is how it is. Now let's move ahead and look at we can use here. So let's use the one from home and see how we can integrate it. Okay, close this and add comment. Okay, we are in. Now when you are here, you've seen this button, select the term, the session, and the class already in basic 5. So let us select basic 5 and see whether they are correct or comment already. We've selected the class. So it is now there are no comments and there are no number of days in class. So what we do, since we have our comment already in the file, we ought to do to click this button. It's going to lead us and bring this. Alright, it's sorting the files. 10 data is imported successfully. Okay. Now here we go. We have it here already. Look at the file's location, the file name. If it doesn't exist, it will still tell us that the file doesn't exist. So when it is like this, all you need to do as the thing is you just cross check and make sure the spellings and everything are correct, and you just click OK, because this one, apart from this, if this is more than the number of days, I understood that last time, this particular time, the number of days was the maximum was 106 days at school open, and if you mistakenly in any of these you put, let's say 107, it's going to flag off error. So this already has been taken care of. So let us return it to what it was. Let's say 100. Okay, all we need to do is to click on save and update. So it's going to save and we are going to look at it, process complete. It's very simple and straightforward. It's one of the features that we are working on. Let's take a look at that result of that particular class. Let's quickly go out of here. Okay, we are here. Let us select a basic 5, still in 13. Okay, now the result is on. In case I forget, let me re-emphasize on this. Let's go back. That is how you do for all the classes. We have done it for basic 5. You do for all the classes. If you want those data to enter directly, you send it to the teachers. The teachers on their own will prepare those files, and you bring it back and put into this folder, and then click on import data. It will bring you the workflow. You don't need to copy and paste. You just bring it in. You don't need to start entering the beginning to the end, so on and so forth. The same thing with comments. Let your teacher do the work, and they do it on their spare time. At home, they can use their phone just like they are playing games. They enter those values at the end, they bring it back to you. And another emphasis, the name must not change. If you change this name, it's not going to flag off error. The file is not there. The name shouldn't be tampered with. That name is very, very unique. And it must be you must bring it back to the same location. This is the location, and what is our location? Let us look at it. It is from desktop. From desktop, we have what? Senior dossier. From senior dossier, we have what? This. Your own will be different based on where you put this file. This is a file of the main software. This is the main software here. This is for basic 5. If we should extract for another class now, let us extract for basic 4, so that we also see basic 4 file. Of course, there have been results for this class, so we are going to extract basic 4. If the file exists, you want, yes, we want to replace, of course. Okay, it has been generated successfully. If we go back to that page, we are going to see basic 4 added. Look at it here, basic 4. So you now send this to basic 4 teacher. The same thing, create a specific folder, move them in, but when you are bringing it back, you have to bring it back and replace them here. Or you cut, when you are sending it to teacher, you cut it. And another thing I also want to emphasize, already you won't be able to add the name of students. You won't be able to add this place is locked with password. You don't have, I know the reason why I do that. You won't be able to change this or any of these, because they are all unique. It will be cross-checked. If the number of students are more than, when you are breaking it, it will flag up that error. So all these things are just a way to ease stress. Thank you very much. Watch out for our next improvement, probably before next time. We were able to unbundle the results entry, such that teachers can enter results
remotely, just like this Psychomotor, and also being reincorporated into the system. By so doing, we are fast tracking the process as well. Thank you.